morning, how are you all? Listen, I haven't done a reading for such a long time, and I just felt really called yesterday just to sort of get on with it. So I normally choose my cards beforehand, but today I just thought I'm going to kind of do it on the hoof and just really trust and allow what needs to come through to come through. So listen, I've got 4 decks. I don't know what I'm going to start with yet first, but I think the archetype cards want to come out. So let's see what archetypes are kicking around in our collective at the moment that we need to be aware of and how they impact us. Saboteur, that's probably coming back to front. And we've got visionary. So saboteur highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. If you have not got the memo yet that this is all about self-empowerment, let me be the one to tell you. It basically, when we are disempowered, when we don't, or we feel we've had our power taken away from us, we tend to be very destructive. We have very destructive patterns. We push people away, or we attack people, or you know, it's a very destructive behavior. And the light aspect of the saboteur is looking at the parts of you that are frightened of being powerful. And listen, if you're a woman, you're going to get this, because you know, historically, when women have stood up and spoken out, we have been threatened, we have been jailed, we've been beaten, we've been killed. So you know, this is it's in our DNA. Shh, stay small, stay silent, to stay safe. It's changed. The whole game has changed now. Everything is coming up for clearing, and this really is about going, I know I'm frightened, but am I willing to be brave? Am I willing to be courageous? Am I willing to say something, to speak up? I am not seeing and hearing as many voices as I could do on social media. Everybody is sharing the same, you know, the usual same of, you know, what's going on. But, you know, we need to hear some more ballsy women's voices. We need to hear women speak up and speak out, and also men too. You know, young people, there's a lot of young people that are speaking up that haven't quite got the same weight, same burden that they're carrying. But certainly I do feel that we all collectively need to be speaking more, and really reclaiming our power at this time. So that's a very interesting card. The next card, the vision. Listen, this is really about creating the world that you want to live in. I mean, right now, it's up for grabs. The world that we know is being dismantled before our very eyes. I mean, it's literally, and in many confronting ways. We need to start going, well, what do I want to see instead? And if we're all sort of hiding in the caves, that's just not going to happen. We're going to, you know, see the same kind of dominant forces try and come back in and rebuild it. With fear versus love. And so this is a really good time to really withdraw, tune in and think, okay, what do I want to see instead? How do I want to feel instead? How do I want my children to feel? How do I want my pets to feel? How do I want, you know, people I interact with to feel? How do I want the planet to feel? How do I want it to look and to operate? How, you know, for me, that's about being compassionate, being kind, being gentle, being more open-hearted, being more honest and truthful. And that's a challenge for a lot of people, because, you know, in order to be truthful, we've got to own our story. And there's always gnarly bits in it. There's always times that we've behaved in a less than honorable way. We're human. It's okay. This is a time to just go, you know, I know I've certainly contributed to some of the behaviors that I see in the world today, but I want to see a change. I want it to be different. Great cards. Great first cards. I've got the tarot out now. Let's just see what they would like to add on to this. I'm already getting drawn to the next lot of cards. They're like, we want to speak now. Not yet. Okay, they do speak to me. I love my cards. Okay, I can't get this card in. I can't get this card in, so it's coming out. Okay, listen. These two cards are coming out. Temperance and the Four of Cups. Temperance is in that in-betweeny bit. You know that in-betweeny bit where you're not quite who you were and you're not quite who you're becoming. It's a really, I always remember when I was doing my tarot class, she said, I want you to just imagine standing, you're in that stepping stone, you're stepping between stones, and you're kind of in that bit where you're kind of not on one, you're not off one stone and you're not quite on the other. You're just sort of in that in-betweeny state, and it's really frustrating. It's really frustrating because you just don't feel there's any traction. But actually, even though you feel like that, the process is very internal. There's just lots of shifts and processing. You need time to integrate all the changes that are taking place, all the light that's coming into the planet, all the shifts that are happening energetically within the planet. It's just taking time to integrate. So the process, you know, I always call it's like a bit like when my chickens go into full molt, and you know, their feathers are sticking out and they're a bit patchy and they look a right state. They really do. That's where we are. It's not pretty, it's a bit messy, it's a bit unattractive, but we're in that integration phase. We're in that phase where we're shifting and moving, and we're probably, you know, we'll come out of something and then we'll go into something else. It's like it's just that uncomfortable place. And the Four of Cups is really that card where we're just a bit disappointed. And maybe that's just, you know, around, well, I had plans for 2020 and they're not quite manifesting as I had hoped. Yeah, the vision board that I started at the beginning of the year, it's just not manifested as I had hoped. I always remember having a chat with a girlfriend of mine and she was going, #this was not on my vision board. Yeah, we're all beginning to understand that what was in our vision board and how we envisioned something happening is not always how it comes into fruition. And listen, disappointment for me is always about management of expectations. Anne Lamott has a great expression, which is, or quote, which is, expectations are resentments, you know, waiting to happen. And they are. So listen, if you're being routinely disappointed by people's behavior, not naming any names here, but if you're being routinely disappointed about people's behavior or situations that are happening in your life, this is the time to really manage your expectations and go, you know what, I might just need to lower my expectations about what I can expect from this person or this situation. Because when we project our perfectionist onto things, it can sometimes just get a little bit messy. So just really manage, when the perfectionist is projected out, that's one thing. When it's projected within, it's a whole different story. So listen, we can get disappointed with ourselves and, you know, oh my God, I'm not handling this as I should do, and I wish I hadn't done that or said that and all the rest of it. Just lower the expectations you have of yourself and other people at this time. You know, things are a bit stressy out there, so let's be kind to each other. And sometimes it's just about going, okay, let me just manage my expectations. Great cards, thank you, tarot. Right, the next cards that are coming in are my gorgeous angels and gods, and I think these angels, goddesses and gods cards. Great cards. So we have got the Angel of Visions. So we've got another, so look, we've got two visions. Someone is, oh, hang on. Hang on. Angel of Vision. Someone is not revealing part of the story. Trust your feelings over what others say. Okay. So for me, this is always about trusting yourself. And in fact, my husband and I were having a discussion about this morning because, you know, often I've got really a very strong intuition, and it will say something to me, and historically I did sort of ignore it and go, oh no, I can't because they're this or they're that or whatever. Now I just don't even go there. I'm just like, if that's what I'm feeling, I don't need a 10-page report from an expert to tell me that that's real or true. Because as we know, academics can argue, you know, research, they can bring research for either or. It's just like barristers and lawyers. So for me, this is about learning to trust your gut. You know, what we are seeing at the moment, there is stuff out, and I can see it out in the collective, where I just go, that just doesn't resonate for me. Just doesn't resonate for me. So I'm just not giving it any of my time. And so yeah, I'm just being, it's about discernment again. I'm just going to pick up my book because I don't know these cards very, very well. So I'm just going to see if there's anything else here that I need to know about this card. Angel of Vision. The Angel of Vision has appeared in your reading to help you see through a particular situation that is affecting your life at present. There is more to this current situation than meets the eye. The person or people involved are hiding part of the truth and are not revealing the full story. Do not rely on what you are shown or told. Rather, pay attention to your intuition. What is your gut feeling regarding this present event? So this is about, you know, somebody will say something and you're feeling something else. Trust what you're feeling. Okay, that's the Angel of Vision. Thank you, darling, for popping in. And now we have the last one, Angel of Clearing. And your time of waiting and confusion will soon be over. I think a lot of us are feeling that confusion. You know, that, oh, what the hell is going on, and what, you know, there's just so much being revealed, and we're like, what? And, you know, we probably all had a sense that there was something not going on, but we probably didn't have the full extent. So anyway, she's here just bringing in a renewed sense of clarity and focus and purpose in your life. And okay, so this is what it is. So what I'm noticing is that, you know, there are some people that are really hopping on this, in that they've recognized, okay, we're shifting from the old paradigm and I'm going to have to do things differently. So they've already done a 365 degree, not 165 degree days, no, 360 degree turn, and gone, okay, I need to head that way. I need to start, you know, changing my life, shifting a few things, adapting. You know, we're highly adaptable species. So that is really about, this is really about adapting, changing, going, okay, well, this isn't working, I can't do this. So instead of spending a great deal of time and energy whinging, can I instead go, okay, what can I do instead? How can I reinvent myself, my business, whatever it is? You know, there's a lot of people that have lost jobs, and that are, you know, are going to lose their jobs with this situation. How can we collectively go, okay, well, we've lost a lot of people. A lot of people are at the aviation industry. Let's take it, you know, what can we put, you know, where can we create an industry that is much more sustainable, much more supportive to this planet and to our own hearts? How can we build those industries and create employment for people in them? So this is a time, again, you know, for those visionaries, for people that have got ideas and genius ideas, to come forward, to speak up, use their voices, and let's create a different universe. And one that has more harmony and peace and love and joy and ease in it. So we don't need to see all the suffering and violence that has been such a big part of our life to date. Anyway, sending you lots of love.